Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats, and I'm back with another video. Sorry for the scruffy look. I need to take a shower and shave. Anyway, yeah, I have a 4K Blu-ray that I wanted to talk about today. And just before we get in, and if you stay a little bit later, I got some cool Blu-rays that I picked up. But yeah, I do have a 4K that I want to talk about. And just a real quick note here that. Unfortunately, the 4K Blu-ray reviews are going to be a little scant as far as the reviews are going. Not really much going on for next week, but I do have stuff coming on the 25th. But here's another thing, though, too, is like Severin had just made their announcement that they're getting ready to do like a sale, a summer sale. And one of their announcements was they're going to put out Dario Argento's movie Opera in a beautiful 5 disc limited collector's edition. So even though there are some 4Ks I want, like for example, I'd like to get the Species 2 4K in Case of the Bloody Iris and some others. I'm kind of putting some of that stuff on the back burner for now because I'm like, okay, I really want to keep my eye out for the Opera 4K, and I really want to try to get that. Plus, also too, I don't know what else Severin has in the works. You know, what I mean, we're gonna find out. And so yeah, I kind of want to be at the ready in case they got some really really good stuff that I just can't live without. But so yeah, so as 4K reviews are still coming and everything, but just yeah, just I got certain ones that's kind of like how it is. It's like if the opera was going to be like widely available and everything else, no big deal and all that kind of stuff. It's like okay, take it as it comes, but that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to have to. So yeah, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a couple of them for right now, so I can make room, make sure I can get these ones, get the limited ones. But anyway, so yeah, so this one here I got in, and this really wasn't what I was expecting because I had this imported, and well, I'll show you because it's in the title anyway. It's The Dreamers on 4K. Michael Pitt, Eva Green, is it Luis or Luis Garrel? A film by Bernardo Bertolucci. And this one here, this is from Icon, and this is kind of half and half. Okay, as far as like the 4K itself, and I know some people are kind of concerned about the Blu-ray. Is the Blu-ray region free or not? I can tell you the Blu-ray is pretty much region free. I had no problems with it. Of course, the 4K is region free. But anyway, so I ordered this, and this was supposed to come as like a collector's. It even says here, special collector's edition. But as you can see, all I got is standard, which that's one thing. Word of note: if you see this, especially on Amazon, you're going to see the picture, and it's going to look like a big collector's edition. It looks like it's going to have either a slip cover or a slip case, and it's going to come with a poster and like lobby cards and stuff like that. And as you can see, no such luck. It's just that's all it is. It's just standard, nothing really to it. And so and then you open up the case. There you go. There's the 4K, and there's the Blu-ray. So you do get some special features on, and I will say real quick though, in case if anybody's wondering, yes, this is the unrated, like the NC-17 cut, which is the full strength version of the film. So you do get that, and you do get, it says more than 3 hours of special features. It says disc number 1, 4K UHD feature plus filmmaker commentary, and yes, you do get HDR. Let's see. It doesn't really say anything about like. And that was my fault. I should have. Oh no. Okay. Audio. You got 5.1 and then 2.0 DTS HD master audio. I was gonna say that was my fault. I didn't check. But anyway, so on disc 2, you got Blu-ray feature plus filmmaker commentary, cinema, sex, politics. Bertolucci makes The Dreamers. The Making of the Dreamers, cast and crew interviews, B-roll footage, original trailer, and 4K remastered trailer. So you do get bonus features and everything else on here, and it is treated like a real um, is treated with real respect and real reverence and everything else. But just like I said, just this is the downside. And so buyer beware. That there's a good chance if you see this, like especially if you're going to order this off of Amazon and you see the picture with the whole collector shebang and everything else, bear in mind chances are this is probably all you're going to get, and you can get it, and I imported this and it took quite a while to get it. I think it's still available on Diabolic, so if you want to get this and everything else, maybe save yourself a little bit of money and get it faster. I would say just go ahead and get it off Diabolic. No, the movie is kind of like it's like I said, it's a coming of age story in Paris, during a time of civil unrest and everything else. And you have Michael Pitt. His character is named Matthew. He moves in with Isabel and her brother Theo, and he's staying with them. And then the two of them begin this very intense relationship. But he also notices that she has this kind of like unsettling. I don't know if it's incest or whatever, but it's like, she has this kind of unsettling relationship with her brother, which, speaking of which, I should have been covering that the whole time, but, because that's her brother in the background showing his bare butt. But anyway, so the two of them become lovers, and, and they're, the whole thing at first is because of their whole love of movies and cinema and stuff like this, but, as far as like the picture, it's a good film. But the thing is like, you really have to go into this with a mature and adult attitude to it. If you go into this, because there is quite a bit of sex, there is quite a bit of nudity, and if you go into this with a childish attitude, it's not going to work for you. But anyway, the movie on 4K, you do get high dynamic range. On 4K, the movie is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It looks great. You do see a lot of detail in the picture. One thing, it's like the apartment that the three are staying in is kind of, it's kind of like a middle class, maybe a little bit lower than middle class, kind of rundown apartment area that they're staying in. And you see, there is so much character in the in the setting and everything else, and you see a lot of detail, and you see it's an area that's very much lived in, and it's very much kind of worn down and run down and everything else. So you see a lot of detail in that, and and I did notice it when comparing it to the Blu-ray. It's like the Blu-ray is nothing to sneeze at. The Blu-ray looks great, but this is a case. Yes, the 4K does have a slight advantage in terms of, what you can see as far as the detail goes and everything else. So you will notice a difference. And of course, obviously, the main thing that you're going to be taken by is Eva Green in 4K. Now, if you're an Eva Green fan, if you love Eva Green, obviously I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought this. But this is a movie if you really want to appreciate not just her acting ability, but her beauty as well. And she's very natural looking in this movie. And so, yeah, and yes, you see Eva Green in all of her beauty and all of her glory and everything else. I was actually talking to a coworker of mine at my place where I work at. And he, we were talking, and we talked about, we mentioned Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. And he was like, she's not good looking at all. I was like, really? Okay, so she offered to kiss you right now. You wouldn't take her up on it? Okay, well, to each their own, I guess. But obviously, yes, I do consider Eva Green to be absolutely gorgeous and stunning, and just lovely, and a good actress. I mean, it's not just her looks. I swear, she is a good actress. I do like seeing her in movies, and not just for the physical part, obviously. But yeah, and this is going to go back to kind of like what I said in reviews, like when I did Mean Girls or All Ladies Do It and stuff like that. This is going to be, I still think that especially now, like I said, when, you have movies and TV shows and stuff coming out where they're really trying to take away, they're trying to make women look so like not glamorous at all. and they're trying to make women look butch and trying to make them look tough and try to make them look more like men and everything else. Like these movies, I think are definitely going to flourish more because in this movie, Eva Green, she's very natural looking, she's very beautiful, and she's very ladylike, and and just glamorous, and stuff like that. And like I said, that's something in I think movies like this, even if it is like erotica or whatever else, I can see movies like this actually, doing quite well. Like there are going to be more and more people to seek these movies out because they're gonna, yes, especially men, but women as well, I think, because they're gonna want to go back to a time where women look beautiful and they look glamorous, and like it makes you appreciate the work and effort and everything else that actresses do to get themselves into a part. It's like nowadays, it's like hell, I mean, you could have like a Disney series or something like that. It's like, the actor just take a handful of mud, just slather her face with it and jump in front of a camera, and that's it. So, so yeah, so obviously you're going to be interested in that aspect of it. But overall, like I said, I'm disappointed in the fact that this is not the collector's edition that I thought I was going to get. But like I said, buyer beware, But as far as like the content itself, the Blu-ray is great. You get like some nice special features. It is the uncut version of the film, which I always appreciate. And it looks good. The sound. Sometimes the sound is a bit kind of eh. There were a couple of times some of the dialogue scenes I did have to turn the volume up so I could hear what they're saying. But of course, obviously, if you've got great surround sound, that's not going to be a problem. But anyway, so. Obviously, yeah, like I said, if you are a Eva Green fan and, like this movie piques your interest, and like I said, if you want to see, her and all of her beauty and glory and stuff like this is the movie you're going to want. But also, too, like I said, it is a beautifully shot film. The cinematography is top-notch. Bertolucci knew how to shoot a film, or knows how to shoot a film. But just, yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this up, if you're a fan of the movie, if you're an Eva Green fan, then yeah, you're definitely going to want this. So, but yeah, but also too, I just like the fact that they did take the time and make a real collector's edition out of this. They give you, it gets, good quality treatment. This is from Icon, too. It's not, it's not one of the companies you think of. It's Icon. So, but yeah, it's really good. They did a really good job. And this is definitely. I had the DVD for this, and honestly, I can say this is the best this movie's ever looked, and probably ever will look. So I would definitely recommend it. So yeah. So thank you for that. Now, if you got a minute, or if you're, you can shut off the video now if you want, or if you want just a couple more minutes, just want to show you some Blu-rays I picked up. This one here, adding to my Shudder collection always. This was only $10, so I was happy to get this one. And I watched the movie last night, and it's decent, kind of middle of the road, not Shudder's best, not their worst, but I'm still happy to have it. We have Z. Z Wants to Play. But yeah, this is a pretty decent movie. You definitely Stephen McCaddy, so it's Canadian film. So my friend Glenn at BDG Reviews, he'll know that. He knows Stephen McCaddy. I'm sure he does. But yeah, so Z, good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the concept of it, Then here we go. It's like I will not be watching The Acolyte, and I know people are going to be calling me names. It's like the thing is like Disney and Lucasfilm and all that. They've been doing that for years anyway. So whether you watch the series or not, they're going to call you names one way or the other. So who cares? And I'm not going to waste my time on The Acolyte. But I did get this. I got South Park joining the Pandaverse. I love South Park, and I love their humor. I love that they make fun of everything and everybody. They don't pick a side. They go after, like they say, it's always like, fuck you 360, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. This had me in stitches. It's very, very funny. And I just think it's funny that, okay, so South Park makes this episode. You got Cartman as Kathleen Kennedy going around, put a chick in it, make her lay me gay, and all this kind of stuff. So Lucasfilm and Disney, they get mad about that. So what do? They turn around and they go make a Star Wars show, and they're going out and bragging, and they're just so happy because they made the gayest Star Wars show, and everything. I'm sorry, I know what I'm saying is probably controversial. I just think that that's funny. So it's like, you're mad at South Park for accusing you of this kind of thing. So what do? You double, triple, quadruple down even harder, and you go make the gayest Star Wars show, and all that. I just think that that's funny. But yeah, so yeah, glad to have this. This is so funny, and it's hilarious. It's a good time. So South Park joining the Pandaverse. Glad to get that one. Upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray. I'm happy to have this. It's a mediocre slasher movie, but I'm still happy to have this. We got Shredder on Blu-ray. It's nice. It's got some bonus features. I had the MGM DVD. I don't even remember if that one's got bonus features. This one's brand new on-camera interview with star Lindsay McKeon. Brand new audio commentary with director Greg Husson. Husson, I think that's how you say it. Outtakes and original trailer. So yeah. So Shredder, like I said, it's middle of the road. It's not the best slasher movie. It's not the worst. It's just kind of in the middle, but it is a fun watch. I get some enjoyment out of it, and not just for that, but I do get some enjoyment. It's a fun movie. This one here, I had this on DVD, and it's about one of the few times I've ever had a DVD get disc rot. So I went ahead and I upgraded this to Blu-ray, and then it wasn't until after I already bought it and paid for it, I was like, this is probably going to get a 4K before you know it, but we'll jump off that bridge when we come to it. We got The Shaft, and I do need to get The Lift, because The Shaft is actually a remake of the movie The Lift. So, but Naomi Watts, how can you not love Naomi Watts? But yeah, happy to get this, and it was a nice upgrade. And this one has the DVD and the Blu-ray in it, so. But like I said, yeah, just watch. Now that I bought this, we'll get the announcement that Blue Underground is going to do the 4K. I just wish I had thought about that. I wasn't thinking. I was just thinking more like, okay, my DVD is like one of the very few times I've ever had a disc get disc rot on it. And so, I was like, well, get rid of that. So, and I was like, well, there you go. It's for a good price. I'll go ahead and pick it up. It wasn't until after I got it, I was like, this is going to get a 4K now that I bought this. But anyway, so in the meantime, glad to have The Shaft on Blu-ray. And this one here, I know that this is on 4K. I just went with the Blu-ray mainly because it's the 3-disc edition, which includes the soundtrack, and I'm a sucker for when I can get an edition with the soundtrack on it. This is also from Blue Underground, a film by Jess Franco. We have Marquis de Sade's Justine. So, like I said, I know that this is on 4K, but I couldn't resist. It was just the 3-disc limited edition set was what sold me on it, and I usually love to get editions where I can get the soundtrack with it. So that's what got me on this one. So, and I can live with it on Blu-ray. It's not going to kill me if I have to live with it on Blu-ray, but also too, it helps me save a little bit of money, which I'm happy because now, like I said, Severin are starting to make their announcements of stuff they got coming, so I definitely want to make sure I got money for that. So yeah, I can live with Justine on Blu-ray, and at least I got the soundtrack to listen to too. So I can, take the disc, load it into the computer, put it on my phone, my tablet, and there you go. Bob's your uncle. So anyway, so that's it. So here we go. I think a nice little stack of movies there. Well, that one is Shredder. And we got a nice new 4K of Eva Green. I don't know if this is her first movie or one of, but so anyway, so yeah, I did get a 4K. So I'm not giving up on 4K. I'm still going to be in the 4K game, but so that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I hope you enjoyed the review and the video. And there is going to be more to come. It's going to be a little bit slow, but I promise there will be more. And I'm hoping. It looks like things are really starting to pick up. It's like Scream Factory is still kind of middle of the road. Some stuff great, some stuff not so much. But, oh man, hopefully we're going to get, there's hope. Terminator's coming to 4K. Nightmare on Elm Street's supposed to be coming to 4K. Blazing Saddles is supposed to be coming to 4K. All that kind of stuff. Severin's going to be putting out some good stuff. So, we still got good stuff coming. And Arrow's got good stuff coming. So, I'm looking forward to it. So, that's it, everybody. So, take care. Have a good night, and I'll see you all later. Bye.